The spotlight on Budget 2025 now more than ever before. We did, of course, see the economic survey being tabled and the key highlights there. But to decode all of those expectations, I'm joined by R. Mukundan, Vice President CII. Thank you for your time, sir. I'd like to begin by asking you that, look, the Prime Minister said yesterday that, look, this budget will be the one for the youth. This budget will focus on Viksit Bharat's vision for 2047. So are you expecting big bang reforms this budget?
Yeah, I think firstly, let me compliment our CEA, Anand Krishnan, for a wonderful economic survey which laid out the foundation of what we ought to be focusing. I think this budget should carry forward many of the things he has highlighted, especially with respect to continuing reform process. I think what we've achieved in terms of factor reforms, now many more have to be done. Many of them have actually been thought through. They need implementation. So effectively, for example, if you look at things like labor reform, most of the states have agreed to go ahead with the changes they proposed. Now I think we have to roll out the rules and make sure that they get implemented. So really what industry is looking forward to is continuation of what has started, and also there could be some tweaks in my view because inflation has hit the common man. I think that's a separate point from where the economic survey started off. I think there should be some tweaks to ensure there's money in the pocket of people. 60% of our economy is a consumption economy. Investment is 11%. So if we don't fix the 60, we can't fix the 11. I think they go hand in hand. So hopefully the message which is in the economic survey will be carried forward in the budget.
Right, so the message is clear, you're saying, but the other key thing that when NDTV has been speaking to citizens, economists, market analysts, and everyone really has been asking for tax relief this budget. So your thoughts on whether Budget 2025 will deliver on the taxation front?
So if you look at direct taxes, the income tax, which is the new code which has come out, basically simplifying everything, I think there could be some relief in that at least, if not on the old tax regime. So really what we are expecting is for certain slab, which is let's say below 10 or 15 lakhs income, I think we should continue to focus on that slab because that's the slab which is hurting most. And if we can fix that, I think the consumption will increase. If consumption increases, I think it will lead to spur in demand. The demand then will drive investment. So we will start a virtuous cycle. There is, of course, pressure on government in terms of maintaining the fiscal balance. No one is denying it. But I think that's the balancing act, a very tough balancing act, let me just say at this point, which our FM has got. And we've done great stuff in the past. We hope that similarly this budget too will hope to deliver on these points.
Yes, it's a tough balancing act, like you said, but CII has, of course, given recommendations and key suggestions for the budget, and one of them was on the employment, really, jobs and employment generation. So your thoughts on how Budget 2025 can address the employment ask of course, citizens and, those just joining the workforce at large?
So I think what we have recommended and what we've been working with the ministry, with the government has been what I would call a holistic approach. It includes MSME, it includes skills, it includes jobs. Jobs is outcome of addressing all this. So we need to address the needs of the MSME because they are the real job creators. Large amount of jobs are created there. Secondly, I think without skills, we will not enable the workforce to go towards higher paying jobs. They'll be stuck at the lower paying job, which is what we need to do to sort of help them to climb up the ladder. So we've been highlighting all these three, but we need a holistic framework of both jobs and skills. And we are also saying that many pockets which are in disjointed, like can there be a uniform code which can be arrived at to ensure that the job creation picks up? What they can certainly do, some sectors which are job incentive intensive, like for example, you talk about tourism, you talk about construction, can they be given some kind of a SOP for employing more people, accelerating employment of more people and skilling more people in those sectors? There are also huge opportunities. You see, world is aging. And because in aging population, healthcare takes a big importance. Can we focus on healthcare industry to create jobs? So the opportunities are immense. I think we got to go sector by sector, identify those sectors which are going to create jobs. Textiles, for example, is a big job creator. I think we need to focus on them initially. At the same time, not to lose sight of the sectors which are growing fast. For example, electronics, again, a very, very star sector which has grown fast. I think if we can skill people, and also economic survey spoke about AI. I think we can't forget the impact of AI and prepare our workforce for this. So I would say the approach which I think the budget should do is balancing act between support to MSME, support to skilling effort, and as an outcome, ensure job happens.
Absolutely, and the economic survey did say India needs to benefit from artificial intelligence, from AI at large. This is a golden opportunity. So, your thoughts on how India can then benefit from this golden opportunity and really grab this golden opportunity, the need of the hour, really?
In fact, one of the big things, if you look at it, I think what some of the industry leaders, including our own chairman, has been propounding is it is physical and digital. Our growth momentum is going to come from when we sort of combine the two. And in fact, he called it Digital Nation, where we bridge the two. And you can see the impact of that on the fintech sector. What UPI has done to finance, banking, and accounting, I think we need to look at, can it do the same thing for education? Can it do same thing for healthcare? So I think AI is going to be a force multiplier. Is also going to improve the quality of services we give. I think it is an enabler for us to deliver on the promise of our democratic nation.
Right, and lastly, of course, the economic survey did. The key themes really reiterated in the economic survey was of deregulation. Saying that, look, the private sector does need to come in. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think one of the things we've been working with government has been on the ease of doing business, decriminalization of laws, cost of doing business. I think a lot has happened, but a lot needs to happen. I think there's an issue here that I think it is not just center. We need to work at the state and the city levels. And I think for that, we need to create, our view has been to create a GST council type reform council where we arrive at the base minimum in terms of speeding up approvals, ensuring bottlenecks are removed, and the entrepreneur feels truly welcomed. The center has done a lot, but we need to do more at the implementation level at the state. Hopefully, this budget will address all that.
Hopefully, this budget will address the needs for implementation as well. Thank you so much for this special interaction. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.